Hello to all the young sociologists. This is Sharvari Patil, research scholar at Center for the Study of Social Systems, JNU, and grateful to be under the supervision of Professor Vivek Kumar. So, before proceeding with this task of arriving at a proposal, I would like to thank the team Shodharthi and especially Vikas, who is just standing behind the camera. Yes, so this video, this session will primarily deal with how to arrive at a proposal or how to write a proposal for any kind of PhD entrance or getting into a PhD. So there's an overall structure which is followed by most of the students after the entrance exam. So the first, so there would be 7 to 8 components in any kind of proposal. And the first component is the title, which is the most visible component of any proposal. Your proposal will be the title. And as per the suggestions which were given by my seniors to me while I was preparing for the entrance, was that your title should be definite. It should be clear to the one who is reading your proposal. Second, it should provide them with a glimpse of what you're going to do in the upcoming 4 to 5 years. And the third important thing which we should keep in our mind while choosing or while framing the title is that it should be not lengthy. It should be definite. It should not be lengthy. So these are the 3 things which we should keep in our mind while drafting the proposal and the first component. Second component is the introduction of which would be included in your proposal, and it can be around 2 to 3 pages or 2 to 3 sites. So as per my proposal, just to provide some brief information, my proposal is regarding the folk theatre of Maharashtra, that is Tamasha. And in the introduction, I first started with by defining what Tamasha is, then some its etymological meaning and history associated with it, and then some current things which are happening related to it. And I aimed of including the state of Maharashtra and its contribution or kind of proposals for this folk art. So I kind of the current glimpse or current information regarding the folk theatre or the current situation regarding your topic. So these are the small things which should be included in your introduction. And and apart from that, while you are defining or while you are mentioning any quote or any kind of information which is official or which is published, you should always keep in mind of the in-text citations, which are important in introduction as well and in other components as well. Now we'll arrive at the third component of your proposal, that is literature review. So literature review should aim at, or you should proceed with the literature review by keeping in mind that you need to clear all the background information or regarding your topic. So here the literature review becomes important, that what you have analyzed from your side, what is already there, which you have read. So it's the strengthened or lengthened summary regarding your area of interest. Then comes the component of statement of problem. So statement of problem comes after the literature review, where you, as I have already mentioned, that you deal with what have been already done. So what you are going to propose or what new things you are going to add through your proposal should be there in the statements of the problem. So it's the missing aspect of your area of interest, which were not dealt by any other researcher or any other thinker. So it becomes important. In simple words, it means the gap in the previous research works which you are going to fill it with. Fifth component of your research proposal will be your research questions, and minimum there should be 3 questions and maximum there should be 5 questions. It should not exceed like beyond the number of 5. And there are 3 suggestions regarding how to frame the research questions, because research questions, the section of research question is the, like, apart from the title, it's the second most important component which your the professors who would be sitting there in the interview, they would be looking directly at the research questions and will start questioning regarding your how you framed or what was in your mind while framing the research question. So framing the research question is it's like a craft, or it's like an art to be definite. So the first point that should be in your mind is that the research question should be to the point. That means it should be definite. Second, they should be short and crisp. And third, they should bring up the gap which you found that was missing in the previous literatures. So there are 3-4 main points which should be considered while framing the research questions. Then the fourth is then the next element of your proposal will be the research methods. I would avoid the term methodology because it's broader in comparison to research methods. So it's, to be on safe point, it's better to include the phrase research method instead of methodology. So I included in my proposal, I included that what kind of research it would be. Your research either can be qualitative or quantitative, or it would be a mixed research. So that should be mentioned very clearly into the first or the starting lines of your of this section. Then your conceptual framework. Third is the various units of analysis and the various units of observation. Fourth one would be your field site where you would be conducting your research, and to be specific, field setting should be also included in like after mentioning the field site. And yes, also the last sub element of research methods is the kind of sampling technique we will be using or you will be utilizing for this particular study. So that is also important to mention. And the last component of your research proposal would be your references. So there's a slight difference between references and bibliography. So if you are using or if you are quoting the different resources which you have gathered and which you have read, then you should mention the term references for this particular section. But if you are including all the sources, even though you haven't mentioned it in your proposal or used it for the in your proposal, then it's better to use the term bibliography. So that's the basic difference, and that should be taken care of. And yes, I followed the APA citation site. So that's the most followed, one of the most followed citations style in especially for Jawaharlal Nehru University. And I would bind up with the different kind of approaches which I noticed in proposal making. So that would be differentiated. First, the approach which I witnessed in the Hyderabad Central University, then the approach of Delhi School of Economics, and third one is the approach which I used for the interview of Jawaharlal Nehru University. So in case of HCU is more open to the new topics, especially of technology. So it's one of the emerging sociological sectors of sociology. So they are more keen or more interested in the new kinds of topic. So that's the first suggestion. And yes, In case the second kind of approach is related to the proposal making for Delhi School of Economics, and the one thing which is more focused, or which is noticeable when it comes to the interview panel of DSE, is that they are more rewarding for those students who are more interested in the field work. So their research proposal or their area of interest should be more about the field work. So that's fascinating for them to choose students. So that becomes a kind of an edge over the topics. And yes, and third and the most important, which we all are preparing for, that is Jawaharlal Nehru University. So what's the approach? So first is that you should be very clear. In case of CSSS, you should be there should be clarity of thoughts and the clarity of the concepts. So theory is also focused over here, and your theoretical background regarding your topic for each and every term should be clear, and you should not even blink for a second before answering any kind of, or while defining any kind of term which they ask for. And yes, second, JNU is open for all kinds of topic, but your research proposal, at the end, your research proposal should be defendable, and you should be able to carry it out for the upcoming years. It should not feel like a burden. It should be like your passion. So passion means, like, one of the like the very famous saying of Professor Amit Kumar Sharma is that passion is to die for. So regardless of all the situations, your topic, your area of interest should be, you should be passionate about. So we hope